Hello everyone, welcome back to my live feed. I've decided that we weren't going to do the sandworm tonight. I was going to originally put together Beetlejuice, but it's just been a day and I kind of want to finish the coffin shelf. So that's where we are. This right here, I really want to see it completed. And as you can see, I've already got it kind of in here. When we left last night, it did not look like this. Again, I've been kind of busy this afternoon. And when I show you what I've done, you're going to be really shocked. But this is how it's going to kind of fit everything in. I'm not happy with this situation down here and the pigments up here, the little powdered pigments up here. But it's okay. It's a work in progress and I can handle that. But we're going to finish this guy tonight. Before I get to this guy, though, I wanted to show you a couple of things that I had been working on. I got a little light switch mold. So I made like this cute little pearlescent and purple light switch cover. Why? Because I can. And then I got this mold today and they're still really runny and I shouldn't be picking it up. But I have to show you. I am super excited and I cannot wait to pop those out of the molds. So tomorrow night, nope, not tomorrow night, Friday night before I read tarot, I'll actually show you guys what those ended up looking like. But tonight we are working on this situation here. So I'm going to unload everything. And I do have a surprise, like I said, for you guys on this thing. It's, I was working on it after I got off work today. And I'm rather pleased with what I decided. So I didn't like the sides. Like I kept looking at it and I'm like, oh, I just don't like this. It doesn't have texture. I wanted some texture to it. So, hey, Aaron. So I decided, hey, what if I put foam on the side? I have some really, really thin foam. Let me put some really thin foam on the side and then take my wood burner and actually burn into the foam and make it look like wood. It's a technique I've done before. We use it quite a bit for haunt things, for props, scenery, you name it. I've used this technique. But that's what the sides now look like. They have this wood grain texture to them. I took extra care to make sure they kind of lined up at this. So it looks like that. What we are going to do is I'm actually going to take this color that I have put on the outside of this and I am going to kind of dry brush it on here. And once I dry brush it on here, you're going to see that it really pops then. I was going to do like a brown on it, but I already started with the metallic and I kind of would like to see what it would look like if it was, you know what? No, let's do the wood first because I can always go back from this. I can't go back from metallic. So let's do this. So the way I do this is I already have a dark base. I am going to take two different colors. I'm going to take a very light, this is Fawn from Art Deco or Deco Art Americana, cheap acrylic paint. And then I have Honey Brown. So you can see that those two colors, okay? I will put the darker of these two. They look like foundation to me. I'm sorry. I just looked down and I was like, oh, I'm about to put foundation on. Take a very stiff bristled brush. Very, very stiff. This is a stippling brush, I believe. I don't stipple a whole lot of things. I do a lot of dry brushing, and that's what I use this for. But I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it in the darker set first, and I am going to rub off most of it. Like I'm going to just kind of dab off most of it. And then I'm going to start at the bottom because you're less likely to see at the bottom. And if I mess up when I start, I always kind of need a little a little space to mess up. So I always start at the bottom or somewhere it's not going to be seen as well. And you just kind of brush it back and forth. Now it's not going to be real heavy. You're not going to see a real heavy because we got most of it off. This is a layering thing. You are layering paint. My husband hates this method. He hates this method because it takes so long and it takes a very light hand. But as you can see, as we build the layers up, you actually see a wood pattern come out. So that's where we are with all of this. I am going to try to give this a wood look. Now, when I put the other color on, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on so you can see, I'm not going to go over all of it. This is the lighter color is like a highlight color. So I'm just kind of skip and miss on this. I'm not really making sure I get all of this, but kind of like a little skip and miss. So you end up with something that looks like that. Now, I know you can kind of see the brush strokes, and as we go over with more and more paint, you're less likely to see that. The other way you can get rid of it is take a paper towel, or I also keep like mechanics rags around. Take this and just rub. Don't rub too hard, but rub enough to where then you kind of get those marks off. And now you've got what looks like wood. So that's what we're going to do to all of it. Like I said, I was going to do the sandworm, and I'm sorry if you guys were really looking forward to the sandworm. But today has not been a joyful day for me. I've just been struggling today, and so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something that brings absolute joy to me, and that's painting. I love painting. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring joy in paint. Right? I will eventually finish the sandworm. Eventually. Also, you know what? Sculpting intimidates me, so I gave myself a way out, and that makes me even more mad at myself now. But sculpting intimidates me. It really does. Especially when I'm sculpting something that has a reference. Like, if I'm making it up, all right, cool. Nobody knows. Nobody knows that I messed up. But if it has a reference to it, oh, it scares me so bad. That's all the reason why I should be doing it. All the reason why. Hey, Ace. How are you? Chat is a little slow tonight, it looks like. Unlike your class. See, I went a little heavy there. I went a little heavy, and I knew it. As soon as I put that brush down, I knew it. But, again, I have this right here, and I can wipe it off. And I can reapply as needed. So I've decided a couple of things for the next couple of videos that I do, because, you know, this will be the last week I go live. I will remain going live on Friday and Saturday, unless I have, you know, a date with my husband. But I will probably go live on Fridays and Saturdays from here on out, and I will have a video going out on Mondays and Wednesdays. And those videos can be pretty much anything. I will probably finish the sandworm on the video, and I will more than likely, I have a staff that we started at during the summertime. We actually started. It's a really cool staff, but I just have not yet finished it. It's going to light up and everything, and I've been dragging my feet because I don't like sculpting. And I gotta sculpt something. So, but we are going to have, I guess, you know, just different videos for different things. I thought about, we go to a pretty old cemetery once in a while, and I thought about doing a video from there on some of the cool parts of the cemetery. But I don't know if anybody would appreciate that like I do. Digital sculpting. That's something that I'd like to learn too. I think that would be cool to learn. My daughter uses something called Crypta, I think? I can't remember. To do her digital art. I wonder if you can sculpt on that. I'd have to look into that. All right. Oh, this is looking cute. Okay. All right. So here is the first side done. I don't think the lighting does it real justice in here, but the first side's done compared to what it did look like. Krita, that's what it is. Krita. Ace, you're right. Krita. Does Krita have sculpting abilities, or is it just drawing? So you would know. Does it? Can you sculpt on that? Oh, I went too heavy on this. Oh, okay. I know that in my husband's job, they're teaching him 3D drawings, because even like the construction business is going towards more of a 3D drawing. Y'all, I need somebody to just pay me to make art and talk to people. Okay? That's what I need to do. Because this is fun. I like it. So it's just drawing an animation, Ace? Well, dang it. Okay. We'll figure another way. Another way of sculpting digitally. I've heard of a program called Inventor, and then I've heard of a program called, of course, like AutoCAD and stuff like that. I think AutoCAD does only 2D though. I don't know. Those are things that I don't have any knowledge about. Blender? What's Blender? What's Blender? All right. This is going by pretty fast, guys. But we are not done because I also have one more secret for this. All right, I'm going to show you something that I just did. I made a major mistake. It's okay. I can fix it, so it's not real major. It's a minor mistake. I can fix it, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a secret on painting on foam. It's a pain sometimes. It goes by pretty easily. It's not like hard to paint on foam, but when you're doing multiple layers on foam, sometimes if you're too heavy with your brush or you've let the paint underneath it, like you either have to let the paint underneath it completely dry or it needs to be wet and blend, because if it's just a little bit tacky, it's going to do what it just did. And right here, I pulled up some of the paint just by not getting that paint at the right time. But like I said, it's not a big deal because I can go over it with more paint and we can get it to look like it's supposed to. So I am not worried at all. Okay? At all. Not worried. Not bothered. I don't think anybody knows that unless you've watched any British TV. The Catherine Tate show. Is it Catherine Tate? She played Donna Noble on Doctor Who. She has her own little sketch. And she has a skit that she does where she's like this teenage girl. And I of course cannot do the accent, but it's just like she keeps saying I'm not bothered over and over again, and it's funny. If you like British humor, and I know not everybody does, it's funny. Your dad uses Blender or 3D art, and I think you can. Oh! Now see, I have a thing about when Aaron said 3D sculpting, I assume it's digital 3D, like computer art, right? I didn't think about actually printing. AbFab! Aaron, I love AbFab! Oh my gosh! Not everybody knows about it. And everybody's like, and then they watch it and they're like, why do you think this is funny? And I'm like in tears, laughing. Oh, I love AbFab. Oh, I love AbFab. There was one where they were in, of course, like everyone has them drunk and high in a bathroom somewhere, but I love AbFab. I really do. Bubbles cracks me up. So Ace, you watch Sherlock, but you know what? I am a huge, I like British TV. I like British comedies. When I was younger, there was a British comedy called Fawlty Towers. And it was a hotel. It was like a bed and breakfast type thing, like a British bed and breakfast. And they, all I remember from it, because I was little when I watched it, probably shouldn't have been watching it, but I was little. All I remember is every time the show would begin, the name on the outside of the hotel would change. Like it was supposed to say Fawlty Towers, but it was like Farty Showers, and it was just weird. Weird. But I remember laughing. And then there was a horror movie that I cannot find. It was a satirical horror movie, and it was British. And I want to say it was like Bloodbath at the House of Death or something like that. Like it was a cheesy name. And I watched it when I was a kid. And I can't find it anywhere. Nowhere can this thing be found. So I'm wondering, like, was I in an alternate universe when I watched this? So remember anything? Aaron, who is your favorite in AbFab? I didn't get to watch any of the episodes when the daughter went to jail. Like, none of them. I know that it happened, but I have not watched any of them. I see nothing happening in chat, and immediately I start panicking, thinking that I got disconnected again. Like, ah! Y'all, if I get disconnected, I'm just going to re-sign into another live, all right? I'm just going to disconnect this one and go into another live session as soon as my internet gets back up. Because we're finishing this tonight. Oh, no buffering. No buffering. Oh, why was it wanting to buffer? Well, I guess it's a good thing that I will be not doing live every single time, because it seems that my internet doesn't like it. My internet's like, nah, we're not doing this. So I'm wondering where this black came from. I had a color on my brush that came up, and I don't remember using any black today on this brush, but it's entirely possible because we've talked about how I misabuse my brushes. So, entirely plausible. And I know that's pretty heavy. I know that you're seeing this and it looks pretty heavy, but I wanted to see something. And that's the thing with me and art. Like, I'll look at something and go, I wonder if what would happen if I do this? And it came out cool. So I'm fine with it. There's a movie called Bloodbath at the House of Death. Okay, all right, so I'm not going crazy. I remember it when I was a kid watching it. All right, so now we've got our wood, and I'm looking at it, and I'm not a fan of the metallic with the wood, but I've got something. Every haunter that I know has a collection of this. This is called creepy cloth. Okay. You can buy it at Spirit. You can buy it online all day long on Amazon. But you can normally get this at Spirit. You can get this at the Dollar Tree around Halloween. This stuff right here hides a multitude of sins. All right. So if you have a prop that you're not fond of, or like you just think it needs something, you can put this on here. Say you have you're building your own haunted attraction and you've got a kind of a blank area, throw some creepy cloth there. All right. It hides a multitude of sins. So this is what we're going to do. Is I'm actually going to not put it all the way over, but I am going to put it like this. And I'm probably going to tack it down with some hot glue so it doesn't get in the way of moving it in and out. But what do y'all think with the creepy cloth? Yes, no, maybe. I'm pretty fond of the creepy cloth. I think we're going to keep it because it also helps kind of take away some of the brush strokes that we had for the wood. Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to turn on my hot glue gun and we will get to gluing this down. Oh. But Erin, you gotta remember from that movie, the Bloodbath at the House of Death, there was a scene in the library. Why is because I was a kid. I know. I was about to say, why do I always only remember the fart jokes? Because I was a kid. But there was a scene where they're in a library and the book would fall from the shelf. And when the book would fall from the shelf, like whatever the spine said, that's what would happen. So like Flying Knife was the name of the book. And when they pulled it from the shelf, like it went over their head, the knife did. Well, she pulls a book and on the spine it said SBD. And as she's pulling it, she goes like that. And a guy comes around the corner and he goes, "Good God, woman, couldn't you find the bathroom?" And that stuck with me. And I was a kid, when I watched that. What in the world? All right. So I am going to cut some of this away because I don't want this much excess because it is going to be on the table. It's not like I want it to hang somewhere, you know, it's going to be on the table. So we're going to cut some of the excess away. Creepy cloth, I have a love-hate relationship with as well, as far as when I cut it, because when you cut it, you've got these little tiny strands everywhere, and if you don't cut it just right, you can ruin the look that you were going for in the first place. So, do I ever pay attention so I don't ruin it? No. No. I just go for it. Live in the moment. Oh my goodness. All right, I think I got it hot enough. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to put like little spots of glue, just little spots of glue. I don't think that's enough. All right. Oh, it's still waiting to get hot. So I like this glue gun, but I would really like an adjustable one. I have seen Alan Hops, who makes amazing props, and I've mentioned him before. I've seen he's got this really beautiful hot glue gun, and he has black hot glue. What? I need black hot glue because then I could just like, and I wouldn't have to worry about painting stuff. It looks like black goo just hanging off of it. It would be beautiful. I know that they make some with glitter too. Alligator in the sewer. Oh my God, Aaron. My first scary movie that actually scared me was Jaws. That was my first scary movie. And that was, I lived on the beach. Like that was an absolute nightmare, you know? Then the monster movie, the first like monster movie that scared me, I watched Jason, and I was 9-10 years old at the time. I watched Jason, Friday the 13th. We were on vacation in Canada, and the story I'm about to tell you, honest, it happened, okay? So we were in a hotel, second story hotel room, and we were watching Jason. And my stepmother's sister was in the room with us. My stepmom and my dad were in another room. And it was just, I didn't want to watch it. It was scaring me too much. I couldn't handle it, right? So I walked out to the balcony, right? Because I was too scared. So I walked out into the balcony and I didn't want to watch it anymore. And there was a cat on the balcony. And when I opened the door to go out, I scared the cat and it hissed at me. Like it just, you know, because it was scared. Y'all, I peed all over myself. 10 years old, peed my pants. Entirely. It scared me that bad. I, to this day, will not watch Jason movies. Not at all. That's not happening with my life. Not again. All right, so I've got the glue hot enough now. I am going to show you a little trick with hot glue. Take a popsicle stick, and by the way, I've got all kinds of paint on my hands, so if you see like stuff on my hands, it's paint. Take a popsicle stick, and instead of burning your thumb or your finger, you can take a popsicle stick and actually push against the glue and the object, and that way you're saving your fingers. So, all right. And that way also, if you end up getting glue on your popsicle stick, you won't have it on your hands. Alligator is a monster horror, so that's my first. Oh, I've never watched Wrong Turn. I couldn't do it. I don't know. It seemed too disturbing to me. Was I right on that one? Is that one that I should have not watched because it was too disturbing? Oh, yeah, you shouldn't have watched it. Ah, stay. I remember a couple of times there were movies that I shouldn't have been watching that my mom was so mad. I remember my mom got mad at Labyrinth. She let us see Roger Rabbit, but the dwarf peeing in the fountain in Labyrinth made her so mad. What? Okay, see, Aaron, I can't deal with real. Like I love monster movies because they're monsters and monsters aren't real. I mean, yeah, monsters are real, they're people, and that's why I don't want to watch them. I prefer the made up monsters, the ones that are from your mind, because when you let them out, they're no longer bothering you. So I like when people let out their monsters. All right, this is looking cute. I'm so excited. And I just didn't do my popsicle thing. Look, I was just telling you guys, use the popsicle stick so you don't burn your hand. What do? Stick my thumb right into it. You dumb. All right. I think I'm going to put some more right here because this is kind of leaning in a fashion I don't want it to lean, but all right there. And I'm going to put some here too. All right. Now I am going to tack it down in the back, but it is setting against the wall, so you won't ever see it. But here we are, guys. Here we are. Look at the box that we've created. Look at that. All right. So let me tack it down in the back a bit. I'm going to tack down a big old patch over here because it's wanting to do all kinds of funky things. So we're going to tack down that. But this looks really cute. And we're, ow! We're going to burn myself again. Told y'all today was a day. Today was a day. You ever one of those days where you're just like, I'm going back to bed. I should have gone back to bed. Oh. All right. I was lucky to have mom. Never told me no about music and movies. Yeah. No, that's right. That's right. My mama used to say to us, like, we'd get up in the middle of the night, we're like, we're scared, Mom, we're scared. And my mom would say to us, the scariest thing in this house is me. Now go to bed. And so we would go to bed, of course, scared of what we were scared of, and then scared of Mama too. I swear to her, that is why my brother, myself, and my sister have a fear of clowns. Because my mom used to dress up as a clown. And I remember like being little and her dressing up at Halloween time as a clown and all that kind of stuff. And she collected clowns. So I asked her one day, I was like, Mama, did you like spank us while you were dressed like a clown or something? We're like repressing this memory. And she just laughed. Y'all, that's not a denial. That's not a denial. I got you, mama. I'm pulling up some childhood regression. You know what I'm saying. Yo. All right. My brother begged my mom to watch Aliens. Oh, no. I love your mom. I would have done the same thing. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load this all up so we can see what it looks like now that it's all loaded up. Oh my gosh. That's funny. All right. I am going to put my little alcohol inks in. Now, I will say that I noticed this side is a little shorter when I go to put inks in. Sometimes on a shelf, it doesn't sit well. I don't know exactly why, but it doesn't. And right now I'm trying to put them together by color. Y'all, this ain't gonna last. That's not who I am. I'm not that person. Not that person at all. There's the spot for it. Okay, is it there? Yep, all right. That's who I am. So we're gonna put these in. And I'm just so happy now to have a shelf for all of these because it was very hard to see all my inks, and now I can see the majority of them. I say majority of them because I do have a big bottle of white. I do have a big bottle of white right here that I won't be able to put in there. Why do I have more white than any of the other colors? It's because when you do the ink drop method into resin, you use more white. Like the white is the heavy color, and it's what sends color down to the bottom of resin. So I always have to have a lot more white than any of my other colors. Now, that being said, I got more colors coming in tomorrow. I'm so stinking excited. And one of my videos that I'm going to be doing next week also will be on the candle, the resin candle that you've seen me show off in the live feeds before. I'm actually going to do an ink drop of that resin candle. Probably going to do like purples and blues, but I have been getting a lot of positive feedback on the rainbow stuff that I do. So I might just throw in a rainbow candle holder. Who knows? Who knows, y'all? So there we go. Put that there. And we're going to put, oh, I must have gotten resin on this guy because he is super sticky. Super sticky. Aaron, you want rainbow? Ace, what about you? You want a rainbow too? Force my sister to sleep in his room. That's funny. Now, when we watched it, my sister and I wouldn't shower by ourselves for a while because, you know, it got them from there. So no, I'm not gonna do it. All right. Can I put that guy here? Let's see. Can I put this guy here? I can put that guy there. Look at that. Yes. All right. And now we're going to put all of our little pigments away. And I've got my little, I'm just getting white ink everywhere. My little white ink dropper. He goes right up here. All right. And then all my little pigments. This is what I said has got to be a work in progress. And I've got to think about it because I have all these little tiny packets of pigment. And they just kind of get stacked up. So. Get stacked up and then put in. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been done. They said it couldn't be done. I don't know who they is and nobody said it, but you know. So there is your final piece. It is super stinking easy. to do one of these. You do not have to do it in a coffin shape. I did it in a coffin shape because I did coffins, but it is really, really easy. If I can do this and I have no spatial skills whatsoever, you can do this. It's just thinking about it. And for me, it's not only thinking about it, but it's like gluing things together and making mistakes. But I like how it came out. I like the colors of it. I absolutely adore that now I can sit my inks up against the table and see all of them. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I love the fact that I can see all my inks now. I think next time when I make one, I would give myself a little bit more clearance, like I make it taller. And I think the back wall of the shelf, I would put some more liner on because I can still kind of see the cardboard little waves through there, and I don't like that. But otherwise, it's giving me more free space. Yeah, Erin, I absolutely adore it. It's nice. So there we are for tonight, guys. It was a short one. It's okay. Now I'm freed up to do a video on the sandworm. I can edit all the curse words out of that one because that's what happened when I sculpt. Oh my goodness. All right. I will see you guys again on Friday because tomorrow I will not be doing a live feed. So Friday, we're back at tarot. Saturday, we're back at tarot. So if you know anybody that wants to get their cards read, by all means, tell them about my live feed so that way I can read their cards. The more cards I read, the better I get at it, and the more I will remember the cards. I have been playing with my Abigail Larson cards, so I'm hoping they might talk to me on Friday. Be safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Stay away from people. They're gross. Right? Bye, guys.